everyone. You know what? It's Friday. Hello. Welcome to Friday, everybody. How are you tonight? Tell me about your Friday. Yes, your Friday. We're here at the end of week 68, 69. You're right here at the tail end of it. Friday. Goalposts up. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Another day to go, but this is the end of it. 68, 69 weeks about to be in the bucket. Hey, Adele's got power back. Welcome, Adele and Dazzle. Dazzle, you have treats that you need for the last few nights. It's treat time. A great one, Kitty says. I love hearing that. Tell me more. Tell me what made it a great one. My driver was at it again. My new driver. That's exciting. My new driver was there and working hard today in the rain, even in the rain. We had Elsa here. Today. Yes, we did. Hello, Jennifer. Great to have you here live tonight on this Friday night. I can't believe how long you were without power, Adele, but I know that's happened before. And it seems like we've both had that. Lots of customers in and buying. That's a winner. That is a winner. That is winner, chicken dinner. We are broadcasting tonight on both Facebook and YouTube. If you have any problems on Facebook, hop right on over. Hop right on over to YouTube. Yes, we missed Adele and Dazzle. Oh, Lake Park Diner. Yum, yum. Talking about, that's a winner chicken dinner. There's a winner. I still think calling it a diner is wrong. I mean, I guess maybe you appeal to those from the north, but Lake Park is so much more than a diner. Oh, I am so sorry to hear that the other side of the city still doesn't have power. That's crazy, Adele. That is crazy, but it has been some crazy weather. I got to fly on the set tonight. That has been some crazy weather going through this country. I have a friend on Cape Cod, and they were showing all the power trucks on Cape Cod. Cape Cod's expected to really get hit with weather issues this weekend. They had like 400 and something power trucks and well over 1,000 men all staged at the Kmart on Cape Cod, and which is just nuts. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in all my time on the Cape, and to see that. So certainly these storms are something big. But you don't fool with Mother Nature. Seven inches of rain from Elsa. Yeah, they said we're going to get several. I don't know. I mean, today was heavy. I don't know if that's the end of it. I'm hoping it is here in Connecticut, in our part of Massachusetts, but I don't. I really tune out the news. I mean, Yes, Kitty, you are probably right. That is the busiest Kmart's been in a while. I said they must have seen the blue light special, but that dates me. That dates me. Maybe they're at the lunch counter in Kmart. I don't know, but I'm dating myself. But then again, I was there on my wedding day getting a sewing kit. I was at a Kmart on my wedding day because the button was coming off my tuxedo. But hey, I digress. This fly is going to drive me nuts tonight. Let's get started tonight. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight we are on page 38. Good morning, you magnificent slice of perfection. Yeah, you. That is our good morning. Well, I'm grateful today. Today I also had the opportunity to have lunch with my BFF, who will be heading off next week to bring us the Olympics. Many of you know that my friend is on the team that broadcasts the Olympics. So I am very excited that to grab lunch before he's gone for 27 days to bring us to go and set up in Tokyo and bring us the Olympics. So very excited about that, and very happy that we got to get together today. So I am grateful for that time today, this afternoon, to be able to have lunch with him. That was really great, and excited about the Olympics. It is neat. It is neat. He does, it's amazing work. They work 16, 18-hour days every day over there on the broadcast team, on the other side of the cameras, not the guy you see the face of, on the other side of the cameras. And he actually didn't think he was going to this trip. He was actually set up to be here in the U.S. studio for it, that they have set up in Connecticut to look like they're at the Olympics. The other studio for it, and then they said, no, we need you in Tokyo. So he is headed there. So it's exciting. You talk about inflation or cost of a trip. His plane ticket to the Olympics, okay, to the Olympics was round trip ticket, $11,000. $11,000. That's crazy. Oh, Kitty, that is very strange. I'm sorry to hear that. I know it does happen. These banks sell out, but I know you've had such a great relationship. Hopefully the bank they sold out to is not one of the big guys and is still has that hometown feel. Yeah, Dale, isn't that crazy? I know you deal with a lot of travel and everything else, but yeah, he's like $10,960 something was his plane ticket, and it wasn't a lot like they are milking it. It's not like he's got a private plane or anything. That's just crazy. Some of the people that from his company that flew out on the early setup team, they have different teams that set up for this. You have the setup team, you have the cleanup team, and then you have what I call the A team, because and he's on the A team because it's the team that is responsible, that has to make a split-second decision. If something is going wrong while they're broadcasting, they have to make split-second things to make things work. And so he's on that team, and he's like the team that went out for early setup and everything. He said, they basically almost had the planes to themselves. They were like half full and everything. So it's an interesting thing. And he gets to meet some interesting people just because you're part of the Olympic Village. So it's really kind of neat, what he gets to do. Congratulations, Rose, on your second PPP being forgiven. That's awesome. I'm working on PPP forgiveness this weekend. Our friends at Enterprise Bank reached out to me today and said, hey, what are you doing with this? And I said, funny you should mention that. We just met and had all my figures double-checked. The accountant double-checked my figures and timelines and everything else. And I said, that's on my weekend project list right over there. So you should have that this weekend. And really what they were reminding me is, if I don't get this done, I'm going to have to start making payments on it. And, honestly, making sure the timeline is right is more important than if I had to make a payment. Even substantial payment, I'd eventually get that back. But it's more important to get this, everything right with the timeline so that we can maximize the benefits. So that's sort of my That's sort of my plan there. Well, it's Friday night, and you know what that means, people. That means it's trivia night. It is Friday night trivia. And tonight we have trivia, our trivia questions. Remember, one of these things is actually fake. The rest of them, that all sound fake, is actually real. Which one of these is the fake news story? Panera Bread released a swim collection complete with broccoli cheddar themed bathing suits and a bread bowl shaped pool float. Story number 2, Kanye West, practically synonymous with Adidas at this point, was spotted wearing Nike socks. Story number 3, in honor of the Gossip Girl reboot, HBO dropped a line of Blair Waldorf-inspired headbands. Or Nissan, famous for its instant ramen, is serving up cup of noodle ice cream. One of those 4 is fake. Was it Panera Bread released a swim collection complete with broccoli cheddar themed bathing suits and a bread bowl shaped pool float? Kanye West, practically synonymous with Adidas, was spotted wearing Nike socks. Gossip Girl reboot, HBO dropped a line of Blair Waldorf-inspired headbands. Or Nissan, famous for its instant ramen, is serving up cup of noodle ice cream. Which of those is fake tonight? Molly, how are you? Great to have you here. While you guys come up with the guesses, state tax collections in general, in the majority of states, are way up. Revenue in states, and this is without COVID funding, is way up. In Massachusetts, for example, they are expecting to collect in excess of $4.2 billion extra in taxes than they had planned on in fiscal year 2022. Okay. They originally thought they were going to have to raid the rainy day fund, and now they're going to end the fiscal year 2021 with an extra $5.8 billion in the rainy day fund. So for an extra $4 billion in 2021, an extra $4.2 billion in 2022, and they can't spend this fast enough. And that doesn't even include the almost $5 billion they're getting from the federal government in American Rescue Plan money. Costco is ending its special hours on July 26th. Senior hours, and which have been in place for the past 16 months, will end on July 26th. Where they were able to shop between the hours of 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Aldi still reserves the first hour of business on Tuesdays and Thursdays for shoppers who are deemed vulnerable. And Walmart, while expanding its general hours, is retaining Tuesday morning for seniors and other vulnerable customers. And as of now, 67.1% of adults in the U.S. have had at least one COVID shot. Oh, you got lots of guesses up here. Everybody's in on this today. 1, 3, and 4. So let's take a look at that. 1, 3, and 4 are the guesses today. No, Molly and Rose. Panera Bread has released a swim collection complete with broccoli cheddar themed bathing suits and a bread bowl float. I can't. It is to celebrate those who won't let hot weather deter them from enjoying soup. Okay, that is Panera's announcement on that. So that is a real story. Adele number 4 said Nissan is no, Nissan is serving up cup of noodle ice cream. Even if they paid you, Rose, I love it. But will you get in the bread bowl float? Okay, the bread bowl float. I mean, is really what makes it, Rose. I mean, you can totally picture this. I mean, today I was helping with shipping, and we had this hugely very loud. Rose, that's good. You get it the float. We had a very loud, flowery floral shirt and everything else, and I'm like, this is really, really loud. And then I saw we were shipping it to Hawaii. I'm like, okay, well then you can wear that in Hawaii. You can wear that in Hawaii. That's okay. That is okay in Hawaii. And Kitty is our winner this week. Gossip Girl, HBO did not drop a line of Blair Waldorf-inspired headbands to honor the Gossip Girl reboot. They did not. So that was but the other 3, the Panera Bread, Kanye West caught wearing Nike socks, and cup of noodle ice cream. You can't make this stuff up, people. You just can't. You cannot. Back to school shopping. You would have worn the headband. I love it. I love it. I love it, Rose. So you'd wear the headband, you'd get in the bread float, but you would not wear the swimsuit. We understand where Rose stands, or where Rose sits in this bread bowl. That's great. That is great. I didn't get the fly. Maybe I'll get the fly by the end here tonight. Back to school shopping could reach nearly $33 billion, according to Deloitte. Despite an unpredictable back to school environment, overall back to school spending is expected to increase by 16%, which is low because they're looking at year over year, and last year was low. 40% of parents expect to spend more on back to school items in 2021. Back to school spending is in. I think these numbers are low because they're not over in 2019 numbers. And 16%, even 16% year over year, is low. Is low, people. Did Kitty get last week too? That's 2 weeks in a row, Kitty. Our reigning champion. Kitty. Great job. Dollar General. So when you think healthcare, who do you think for healthcare? Okay, who do you go to for healthcare? Well, would you believe Dollar General wants to be your new place for healthcare? Dollar General is getting into the healthcare game, and they have hired a chief medical officer as they plan to make a push into healthcare. Yeah, I mean, Molly, you go to Dollar General for healthcare? I mean, I know you guys in Colorado do a lot of weird things, but non-standard things, unexpected things. You're not weird. I've learned a lot from my friends in Colorado, but Dollar General for healthcare. And it actually makes some sense because they have stores in a lot of rural areas. They really have a lot of stores in rural areas, and that is where they're expanding to. So they reach parts of America that a lot of other people don't reach and that don't have great health care. So it's not as far-fetched as it sounds on the surface, and it could get quite interesting with that. So something to keep an eye on. But that's the thing to keep an eye on with that. And where it may have a future in our industry. Okay, so it may also have a future in our industry is that, how do we promote a healthier store? Okay. As people become more health conscious, as healthcare becomes more prevalent at the retail level, what do we do to promote a more retail store? And that's something to think about it. Yes, they do, Rose. The dollar stores do have a lot going for them, and that's what page out of their playbook can we take, and what can we learn from them? Yeah, I'm sticking with Blue Cross as well, Adele. But when you look at it, when I look at like my employees, the percentage of my employees that haven't gotten vaccinated, that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder on that. Um, on where we could, what can we learn from what the dollar stores are doing? So that is why I share that with you. That is why I pose that question out there, because what can we learn? There's things to learn. And that's along these same lines. Forget payday. Forget payday. On-demand pay is gaining traction amid the labor shortage. And many employers are now embracing on-demand pay, which allows workers to receive payment after a shift ends on a given day instead of waiting for a predetermined payday. The concept was already gaining traction before the pandemic, but adoption rates are accelerating amid the current labor shortage. According to Chief Marketing Officer of on-demand pay provider Daily Pay. I'm trying to see. And it's Daily Pay's clients include Kroger, McDonald's, Dollar Tree, HCA Healthcare, among others. And they continue to see more interest. So, oh, that fly is driving me nuts. Sorry, guys. So we've talked about Afterpay and Sezzle and things like that before. Okay. Now, to make the mall relevant, Westfield shopping centers are going to offer flexible payments for the stores in their shopping center. So you can get flex pay from the mall. It'll be interesting to see what kind of adoption that really has. We've certainly seen in the last few weeks as from shoppers, more people taking advantage of the Afterpay things on our website. But it is an interesting concept, a mall offering it. So a one-stop versus all the merchants that you could get it just from the mall itself and apply it to all your purchases on the mall today. I don't know how that's really going to work in the long term, or how they're going to apply it. So it'll be interesting to watch it and see how that plays out. Is what I'm talking about. MasterCard, according to MasterCard, retail sales in June were up 11% year over year and 10.4% over 2019, according to MasterCard spending. Excluding gas and automotive, U.S. Retail sales were up that much. And MasterCard noted that consumers continue to venture out more for meals and shop both online and in stores, refreshing their looks for summer camp, vacations, and travel. Specifically, sales growth for restaurants increased nearly 17% versus 2019 and 55% year over year, which that part isn't a surprise. Department store sales increased nearly 12% versus June 2019. Apparel sales rose 12.7%. The furniture, I told you this is coming. The furniture and home furnishing sector experienced its first month of negative year-over-year growth, down 5.3% compared to last year's strong sales. But sales were still elevated versus 2019. But that's the first sign, people. I've told you a softening of the furniture market is coming as people's money goes towards other things, restaurants, dining, and clothing. Get ready for the clothing boom, and we're going to talk more about that. It is. I just thought this was an interesting random fact. It is illegal for children in China to play video games after 10 p.m. It is illegal to play video games. I mean, everybody in the U.S., all the kids would be in jail in the U.S. after 10 p.m. if they were in China. Illegal for them in China to play video games after 10 p.m. And China is instituting within games and systems facial recognition software to enforce that rule. Okay? Again, be happy that we are in America, people. Happy that we are in America. Not that we could do with less video games, but the right that you have to choose or as a parent, turn off your Wi-Fi or keep your Wi-Fi on at night is a choice, and not a choice that everyone in the world has. Also on the interesting front, Zyla Avant-Garde, a 14-year-old from Louisiana, and this surprised me, became the first Black American to win the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but the winning word was Mariah. Mariah was the winning word, which is spelled Murraya. Zyla has also set the Guinness World Record for her basketball skills. Pretty amazing young lady. Our friends in government getting involved in your world, and President Biden's new executive order will order the Federal Trade Commission to limit or ban non-compete agreements. To promote more competition in the labor market. So eliminate or ban non-compete agreements. They're incredibly difficult to enforce to begin with, non-compete agreements. So, but just be aware that the Biden administration is going after them. So just be aware of that from a labor law perspective. It is becoming much more employee law as expected under the Biden administration and under Marty Walsh, that it is going to become much more employee-friendly rules than employer-friendly rules. So just be aware of that. I'll do my best to keep you aware as things apply. You know what else I do? This video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to nards.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. All the files, the links, the reference points, they're all over there, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell. Ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I am here live in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube at More 8 Than Ish every night. More 8 Than Ish every night. If you have a question in between you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. And I know I have many emails over there to return tomorrow, and I will get to work on that. Yes, Molly, this is that executive order will absolutely affect small businesses. You know, your non-compete agreement is going to become it was likely not very enforceable before, but it's going to become completely unenforceable under the rules. There'll be some legal challenges to it, but the Biden administration has worked very hard to craft things that would hold up better than previous executive orders. Uh, our pleasure, Rose. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight we are on page 38 if you were not here at the top of the program. Good morning, you magnificent slice of perfection. Yeah, you! Our good night tonight is good night, you generous helping of flawlessness. I'm looking at you. There's your graphics, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at More 8 Than Ish, don't forget to get in your recipes for the Resale Strong Cookbook tomorrow night, recipe of the week. Know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dinner. I'll see you tomorrow.